Shirimiya, what's up? Buffer chair! Right. Live and in session. This is me just trying to figure something out. This is me changing the song. Whew. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Do anything. Ah. First thing we do is organize our palette. Organize the palette. Figure this out. Yeah, imagination. Immaginazione. Imagination, that's what we do. It's something, I have to do that house. I still have a house painting to do. I need to make the board, which I was gonna go home and do, but I was like, I'm in the studio, so I might as well like try to stream. So yeah. And then I sat here for a while trying to figure out what I wanted to stream until I gave up and just said, I'm just gonna do something. And if it's good, it's good. If it's bad, it's bad. Just paint. Let's get something done. Just get something. Sexy spaghetti. Immaginazione. Immaginazione. Yeah. We put a duck knight in it. If your duck knights or a snail. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to get back into like consistently streaming, which I wasn't like out of it for that long, but I was like for 2 weeks. Well, for 1 week, I don't think I streamed 1 week, and then for like 2 consecutive weeks, I streamed only once. And I don't want to form a habit of not doing it, right? Because streaming is good for me. It's good for, I think, all of us. And I just need to fight past whatever this is. So. fantasy WoW painting. Maybe I should. Saw an owl in my backyard and decided to try painting it. And then it flew away. You're like, I give up. Corey Shaw, what's up, man? Maybe paint a straight on of a small brick building with it's just like look, this is like a dream job, but that type of stuff does suck your soul out of your ass. It's just, it does for me. The thing is, it was a combination of the subject matter and how I knew he wanted it painted that did it for me, because I might be able to get into something like that if I could paint it how I wanted, if I felt like I had the liberty to do what I wanted. Maybe. It was like, I am extremely grateful I had that commission, because I've been through times where I have not had work, and that's scary. However, it doesn't mean it's always great. As I think I demonstrated the few times I streamed that was something else. PvP painting, lots of ass. Of course. I'll let you provide the reference photos, and then we'll go from there. It's like Shirumi is like, her pride is her ass. That's the way to her heart. It is. We've been through this. Wow painting, huh? Should I do a wow painting? Only if you do the Johnny Bravo. You're talking about the shirt off thing? I'm not gonna do that. I won't cheapen myself to cheapen you. How's that sound? Yeah, you want me to do the shirt off thing? That's funny. I've been shirt off in my videos before. I've done that plenty of times. I haven't done that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring in the views. Bring in the views, yeah. I get like banned. YouTube's like, nobody wants to see that. What were you thinking? Can you run straight into a wall for old time's sake? I can do some I can still do the stunts. I've been recovering a couple injuries. I was actually, one of them I thought that I had torn my knee, but it was just stiff, like really stiff, and I started, in fact, I'm kind of massaging it right now. It's the lateral outside, but it got really stiff, like the IT band or something, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know that it was stiff. That's why it was happening. So one of the things that crossed my mind was, am I ever going to be able to like flop on the floor again? Is this it? Well, I figured it out, and massaging it, loosening it up helps. So yes, I'll be able to flop on the floor again. It'll be great. I think if I couldn't do the flop, I would be I wouldn't know what to do with my life. That's why I don't have a direction for this. We have a plan, I think. Get out the transparent paint and fuck around till your mind trips balls and thinks that blob of paint kind of looks like something, then define it. That's my imagination method. Yeah, I actually do like that method. It's like not a bad way of working. So kind of have an idea. I'm putting on kind of thin for a reason. Lati! What's up, girl? How are you doing? Okay. Oh, what kind of chairs? Just got a new chair so I don't break my back in this exam session. Normal 4-leg chair. Dining chair. Office chair. Lati, what's up? You promised to ask the question? Doesn't it promote to see kinds of things, wheelchairs? Yeah, I've had that issue with chairs. Okay. You got a desk and can crate so that it doesn't happen. I'm short, so desks and chairs are typically too tall for me. Oh. Poor midgets. My stream. Poor midgets. Lottie, what was your question? Jonas, what's up, man? So my cousin told me that her friend has a 3-year-old kid and he got interested in drawing, which she was shocked because nothing got his interest because he's 3, but whatever. Go on. Go on. Go on. There's any order in which we learn communication, drawing usually follows variable, but wait, did you ask the question? Shocked because nothing got his interest because he's 3 years old. Apparently, the kid is very talented. He draws and copies things clearly for a 3-year-old. That's awesome. It's good to hear, actually. That's actually pretty cool. Yeah, Jonas, I'm doing great, man. Thank you. Nothing got his interest before. Nothing got his interest before. There's an order in which we learn. Just keep him off TikTok and he'll be fine. Yeah. Yeah. I think like that is something that it's like all that stuff's not good, in my opinion. Especially if it's something like adults struggle with, you can't give it to kids. So the mom was asking if there's anything she can do to support his talents. She wants to teach her something. I told her that he's 3, just needs encouragement and some simple supplies. Yeah, that's it. Like, what you don't want to do is turn it into an exercise for him. Later on, you get serious about it, but right now, you just want him to associate drawing with fun. And so he just does it. So just be like, yeah, that looks really, really good. Encouragement. That's the best advice. That was good advice that you gave. Just, it's a kid. And, you don't want, like, the worst thing you can do, in my opinion, is to try to get academic with them. Really push them, but just give them the supplies and, maybe leave things lying about, like little, like, picture books or whatever. Give them ideas, but don't say, hey, look, you should draw this. Well, maybe, I don't know. Like, maybe a parent does say that, but yeah, good. Well, you're doing the right thing. I think you handled that perfectly. Yeah, definitely. He's a toddler, he doesn't need a t-shirt yet. No way, yeah. No way. Does not need a t-shirt. You are absolutely right. Like that. The fridge is concept of showing the drawings other concepts because the kid can start to put it together that their worth is tied to it. So I told her I'm going to ask an expert, but this, to be honest, how she describes, he's not quite normal, very quiet, never plays with other kids, so she was excited when he liked drawing. age to start learning. You got to be sensitive with that. I think every kid's different, but I think if the kid is constantly doing it, you gauge their interest, and it could be anywhere between, in my opinion, middle school, but you got to see how they're reacting, middle school and probably, so like I would say between 10 and 18, you probably want to gauge, and you can pick up any time there, but you always kind of ebb and flow with them. But I think kids, like I don't think we give them enough credit, and I think sometimes we start them off too late with stuff. That's what I think. Even if you're not a doctor, you can't deny what you know. It's in both the ICD and DSM and Signs of Autism, both Sherry and Lewis. You're learning all the time now. Autistic kids take extra time to put things together, but they typically learn the skill better than other kids once they grasp it, especially if it is special interests. There's no real time for learning. It's just when the brain is ready to develop in the case. Sorry, my phone autocorrected stupid. Yeah, so I agree with her. I mean, I think, so I don't know how it's done over in China where you live, Lati, but here in America, we tend to fit everybody into a mold, and that's not the right way to teach people. It's like, it might be, I don't even think it's the easiest way. Like, I was gonna say it might be easier on the teachers, but I don't think it is. I think it's actually a stupid way, because you have to pay attention to the kid, and you have to pay attention to the kid, and everybody's gonna learn a little bit different. And so, I think like a good parent is going to be watching out and kind of trying to time it right, you know? But I really believe that the kids, like, you gotta know when to push them and when not to. That's a major thing. It's hard to do, and I'm not a parent either, so it's very easy for me to say this stuff. I don't have any skin in the game with it. I had to go to art school in 3rd grade. Before that, my dad taught me at home. Then I got a private teacher in 6th grade. Then my dad dropped his interest in art altogether, and he said, just focus on school. So like, so one of the things I noticed like in school, it's like sometimes art class, at least for me, was I enjoyed art, but it was also something like, oh great, art class, I like this because it's not math, right? And so like it didn't bother me like trying to get taught art early and young and stuff. In fact, Mom, when I was like when I was a kid, when I was like probably 4 or 5, she brought me to like she would bring me to like little art classes and stuff, and you know, I would do art. So I mean, you can bring people to classes and where they're just like, they let you play around with clay, right? Like that's pretty cool. It's not like you got to stay totally out of it, but you know. Was that a sad experience when your dad gave up art? Typically, if the parent does it with the child, the kid associates doing the activity to spend time with the parent, which is positive. I never thought about that. My mom did that with me. That's a good question to Lottie, though. Just always said I shouldn't do art as a job and should do whatever is good for a job in the future. Art is hobby. That's what he said, even from the 1st grade. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. You have to make a living. Sort of very small until reflections. This path, the brick house. Don't mention that we must not speak of the brick house. My parents never did art with me. My art teachers didn't like me either. It was until the person from Akron Children's Hospital wanted my painting for their hospital that I was taken seriously. Shooting me, if I ever meet you, I'm going to give you a hug. You need a hug. Some people just need a hug. Maybe your dad associated art with happiness too, and so didn't want it to be not happy for you by being a job. I wasn't shocked, but I was sad that every time I showed him a painting, he would sign or something. Yeah, that's not good. I don't like that. He was a talented artist himself, and he taught me, but I guess he made it clear it shouldn't be a hobby. He never worked as an artist, though, by the way, he took it as a hobby too. Yeah, it's understandable, but I don't like that. But obviously, not your parent. All right. This, keep it simple for now. think because he didn't go to college and he had a hard time getting a job, he didn't want me to go through the same thing, which is admirable. Yeah, that's admirable. The pressure's on. Shit, that's not what I want. It's a little bit too dark. Work it in. Work it. Gotta work it. Work it. Work it. Good. Good. So he did something good. He did something good. He used to drive for me an hour. Drive for you an hour for the art school every day for a month, then an hour back home. That is a lot. Wow, that's actually pretty cool. Shikari, what's up? You trying to diss me with the imaginative painting? Brought back the memories. Love this painting. Good, I'm glad, Lati. There you go. I'm also doing it because I kind of need this. There's obviously no pressure for me, like, with this particular painting. I'm just messing around, but, like, I kind of need to do something that I want to do. Are you dissing me with this painting? It needs a swamp monster. Imagination is weak. I'd say that's pretty strong. Swamp monster. I'm back. What happened? My phone died and was outside. Shikari came in and asked why I was dissing her by doing something out of my imagination. And then she said she wants a swamp monster done. And Lati's taking a trip down memory lane. She's very happy because this painting's bringing her back to her childhood days. A sweet, blissful ignorance. Is there a new pope? Did we get a pope? Any special message for Mom from the expert himself, the amazing artist, Lewis from the land of the free? Tell her to unleash the Lati upon the world. The world needs more Lati. I messed with these clouds just a little bit. This might not work. Probably should have done this like to start, but. In chat, you enlighten the chat. It sounds like your dad's heart is in the right place, just wanting you to struggle like he did, but he didn't know how to express it. Men do that. They don't always have the words, so they sigh. Yeah. And moan. why that's funny to me. You just like had to put that in there. Is there really a new pope? Pope. Ooh, we got a new pope. Leo the 14th. Who is that? The Pope. La Papa. Il Papa. Il Papa. Il Papa. Not La Papa. Cardinal Robert Prevost. Prevost. I don't know him. Interesting. Interesting. What did I just mix? There we go. Okay. Shit. I'll set up. Close it in a little bit. Should try to talk to him about it. Does he not want you to paint? Yeah. He wants her to have like a regular job and not put all her baskets into paint or all her apples into painting. To show my aunt she appreciates it much more. If my dad was still alive, I would definitely ask him shit I didn't imagine asking him at the time. Oof. That was his dad. Was that the one? Sarah, was that was his dad, right? Because his dad had that emotional disorder that he knew about but like couldn't control. I think it was. Let me do something, you guys. A second. Whoops. Change something. Yeah, that was it. That was a rough episode. I think I was thinking of my dad at the same time as that. There. That is the whole painting. Still messing with it. Still messing with it. It's 4:30. I still have some time. Good. Let me check my phone really quick. I need to make sure I didn't get a text from anybody canceling. Ooh. So love reading, but he just hates any type of learning that is not in my field. Go on a month holiday, but never try learning anything that is not useful. The episode when he died really helped me. Interesting. I'm sorry about your parents. Yeah. Gosh, I really wish it was back on Netflix, honestly. I was like, oh, gosh. I really do want it to come back. Okay. buy them on DVD. I really should. I still don't like that you're a mod though. It's been tough. I've worked through it. Grief still hits you in ways even after years. Never really goes away. When did this happen, Shurimiya? She's messing with you. She's always marking her territory is what's happening in terms of the mod. Buy them on DVD. Do you mind me asking something, because I'm very curious? Our social lives are very different from the West. The DVDs, just haven't bought them yet. Someday I will. Yeah. Tagging, what's up, man? Lewis, how's it going? How's the university life treating you? Are you here yet? Are you in America yet? I don't know if you're asking me or Lewis, but yeah, you can ask me too, but I think she's asking you. They're either expensive as hell or dirt cheap. I don't know. Star Trek. Sure. But every American or Westerner is welcome to answer. I just want to hear from people one-to-one. That should be good. Coming in 2 weeks, excellent. With my sculptor friend here, his name is Ardit. Hello, Ardit. Butcher his name, Ardit. 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 Is that it? Did I get it? Ardit. They died in 2016 or 17. It's 9 years ago. Sucks. 8, 9. Lati's really building up to her question. This is going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. You're teaching him bar drawing? Good. Excellent, man. Good man. Now, RD, you gotta listen to tagging, man. He has the right way of learning. You see, years ago when I was learning, well, I still am learning, really, but, you know, our method was you find a good school, you get into it, and it's still the method, but tagging is, Jinjin is mastered the art of essentially finding information online, learning it, and he got the right method, too. And he found me, so he's doing a pretty good job. So the methods that he is promoting do indeed freaking work, bitch. They work. They work. Let's put some brown in the painting. Yes, yes. Let's put some brown in. We need some different colors. I colori. Deve diversi. Sì. Vabbè. All right. So Lewis's situation with his parents is the normal for me. I never heard of someone in nursing home in my country, not from close or far away. That's how rare it is. Tell him that you're a genius. He's a genius. He's an absolute genius because he found me here. There you go. What else you want? Tell him I'm a genius. I've been trying to tell him. I've been trying to tell him. My palette knife. My knife. Knife. I've seen in the movies that a lot of people live alone and some people don't see their parents only for 1 or 2 times a year. Every once a month is odd. Tegan, I'm doing good, man. I'm just like very worn down, but we'll get past it. We'll get past it. I almost didn't stream. I was sitting in here for an hour trying to get I was trying my best to get in the mentality to paint or to do something. I was almost going to draw. I almost did a charcoal drawing of Sarah because I have a really good picture of her, and I wanted to do a charcoal drawing actually like of the dark background of her emerging out of it. But it would be one of those paintings that took a while, drawings that took a while. Then I was like, I don't know if I want to deal with YouTube down my ass, you know. Knife, yeah. Yeah. So what's in the movie is true. So you're asking if, like here in America, where sometimes people don't see their parents but once or twice a month, that does happen, yeah. It does happen. There's not as much. Look, America's a large place, and so there's a lot of diverse people here. So there are a lot of people who believe they should really watch after family, but it is more of the norm to put them into a home if you can afford it. And to work your own life. That is the norm here. So yes. It is the norm. That's my opinion. But there are people who do watch after their parents, and there are families that are close-knit and they're good families to each other. They act like families. That does also exist right here. But I don't believe, from my experience, that is not the norm. No. Do Americans really eat pancakes for breakfast? Yeah, but not every day. That's like a special treat, because I think if you ate it all the time, you'd be fat as hell. Maybe. But you know. Do Americans eat pancakes? It's funny questions. It's fun hearing Europeans ask questions, American questions. I'm sure it's fun vice versa as well. Oh, I said I was going to put some brown in. Is this? Gray it out. My bearings. One day pancakes, the other day waffles. We have the Waffle House, we have the Pancake House. Um, we do have all that stuff. And maybe I'm sure there are people who do have it almost every single day if that's what they like. But it is something where pancakes is a breakfast food to us. I don't know what it is to you, but it is a breakfast food. Hmm. Life. Guys, I don't know where this painting's going. I really don't. I'm trying to just get my head in. I'm just trying to do something right. Just trying to work it. You got to keep on. First you got to lock. You got to lock in, then you vibe, right? So I'm trying to lock in. Then we vibe. This. Do all Americans have some kind of loan until they are 70? The loan system is not all Americans, no, but student loans are out of control and all that stuff. So yeah, it's that's a big mess in itself. So the problem is, and this is not good. It's the norm to take loans out, which is, you're essentially in debt, and then you have oftentimes students, because they don't know what they're getting into, have very high interest rates, sometimes like 7-10%, and it's just like it kills them. And so they're paying their debt off for years. I mean, a long time. It's messed up, but not with everybody. Most people eat pancakes for lunch or dinner for some reason. Really? Huh. That's strange to me. You got to understand the movies and shows say a lot about you. And you mean student loans, any loan, like the one for a house, for example. Yeah, you take a loan out and then you can pay that stuff back. That is kind of the norm. Yeah, that is the norm. But it is also that's a tricky thing, because so prices have really risen in the past 20, 30 years, like a lot. And I'm not an expert in the housing market, but it's out of control right now. Like, things are so expensive, ridiculously expensive. And so for younger people, it's extremely difficult. So oftentimes it's smart for somebody, for example, to keep a house within the family, or, oftentimes I know a lot of my friends have been fortunate enough to have their families or their parents, give them some money or their inheritance, and they put it into a house and they develop assets like that. It's kind of a mess. I don't know if I like that. This isn't that bad, actually. I'm, this approach right here I'm taking, I'm kind of like, okay, let's just get an impression of things and see where this goes. You know, I'm just looking, like, I'm working this whole thing up, and I'm also trying to obviously put, like, I'm trying to build up a little bit more chroma here as opposed to back here. I'm trying to, like that, I don't want to get any more colorful. I don't know. Like my thing is, I'm just like, just keep moving, just keep painting, and it's whatever at the end of the day. This is not a bad painting, actually. I could probably sell this to some poor schmuck. No, I can sell it, I bet. I can't sell it. Just kidding. I probably could. So this is a little bit impressionistic. It's, it's unfinished, but it's okay. For how long have we haven't been on long. It's been like an hour and a half or something, right? This isn't bad. This is okay. This is okay. They keep moving. Medical debt, yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, medical debt's a big one. They've screwed the medical system up here big time. Everything's messed up right now. It is really messed up. The economy is in the toilet. It's not much better here with the houses that we don't have student loans and public universities free. Yeah, I mean, the weird thing is a lot of these universities get all these grants, and they have, like, they're sitting on oftentimes millions of dollars, but they're still upping the tuition. And I think it's a play just to get, like, the higher class in, and to, like, I don't trust any of it. I think it's all bullshit, as do a lot of people. They take advantage of students, and oftentimes these places don't give a good education either. They really don't. And so I don't know. Maybe it's kind of one of these things that you're like, okay, this cannot continue. It's gonna hit a wall. It's gonna kind of implode on itself, and that's my thoughts on it. Like I know one of my friends. She works in the medical field. Like in the administrative part of it, and she said it's like less now about medicine and more about pushing like bullshit agendas. Like, I mean, even like if you can make sense of it, like climate change and all this stuff in the medical field, and that's not their job to do that, and it's a bunch of bullshit. I don't know, it's weird, but it's like, you have to take a vow of poverty if you want to get good medical coverage. And it's like, I mean, I can't, it's ridiculous how expensive it is. It really is. It is something else. And we had a good system. A lot of docs left, they computerized it. They like, essentially you have to document everything so that you don't get sued. And so it's like de-incentivizes the nurse to actually walk into the room to begin with, because if they go in, they have to then spend 30, 40 minutes like writing down a report of what happened in the span of 10 minutes. And it's just, patients don't get the care they need. It's like being run by businessmen. They're cutting the good nurses, the docs, to save money. My dad was a doc, in private practice, and this is stuff like for 30 years he was literally trying to fight, and he did for a very long time, but I mean it kept him up at night, because the suits come in and they try to run things, and they shouldn't be running the hospital. That's not their job. So anyway, it's a mess, and hopefully it gets sorted out. You got to have good health care, but it's like I can't help but think every time I go in, it's like they just don't have people's best interests in mind here. There are good individuals, but I'm saying the overall, the entity just is melted. I'm sure probably a lot of you agree with me. It's not much better here as this houses. Fog is cool because it comes with background values and it changes background values in a much shorter distance than atmospheric diffusion. And instead of adding a blue cast, it adds just white. Yeah, because it's not like you don't have that like buildup of moisture. It's just like all right there. You're right. That's a very good observation, Corey. Maybe it needs some more variety of colors. I love the subtle color shifts. With this? Good, good. Kupex, what's up? What are you doing, man? I'll do something like this. Let's like that. Let's do this. Oh. Swampy. Okay. Oh, geez, sup. When you said what's up, chat didn't move for a long time, and it's because I don't know why it didn't move. It just didn't move. So let me catch up here. QFX says, "What's up?" Then Land says, "Is it true that even an ambulance is with money?" Yeah, it's like $1,000. Is it 5,000 now? It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's not right. Big companies ruin everything. There's some good companies, but I know what you're saying. It's like there's a demand that everybody needs, that people are desperate for. You have to pay it, and it's been taken advantage of. It's sad. And the reason why I watch After Dad is, well, I always want to, but we can't trust him into the system. He almost died. He almost died. He was gonna, if we, probably another week in there, he wouldn't have survived. They weren't even doing their job rehabbing him after he got hurt. So what do they do with the taxes and not public health care like the UK? What about the schools? Are they free? We have public schooling, but it costs taxpayer money, but they just waste that shit. And our education's like at the bottom. It's not good. I think it's gonna get better. Maybe, we'll see. Taxes pay government officials unreasonable salaries, and a small percentage of it goes to fix roads, etc. Public schools, yes, except lunch supplies and field trips. I mean, they waste that shit. Like the taxes they're wasting. Good if you can print your own money, though. Sucks for inflation. Yeah, it does cause inflation. What's up, Grasshopper? How are you doing? Most money is now digital. It's just saying the bonds are written in U.S. so they can create however much they want. Yeah. Our public schools don't have free lunch either. We're just happy they fix the air conditioning every season. Money is going extinct. Yeah, honest shit has always been the same stuff you remember your parents complaining about that didn't interest you then is the same stuff you're worried about now. It's just instead of newspaper, it's online newspapers. Online newspapers, I only know TikTok. I know some people who work in care for disabled people. I heard some horror stories. I'm joking, I never, and yeah, the TikTok. It was horrible having him in there. I could sit here, if this is an art stream, and I don't want to depress y'all and make you feel like you want to die, but my mom, who was gung-ho about putting my dad into one of these places, because she was promised that it would solve all her problems, literally all her problems. She turned against it so hard when she saw how they were treating him, and she made me document everything that I put up with after hours. You go after hours. You don't go when they're putting on their dog and pony show at between 3 and 5. They want you to visit during lunch and this and that. You go when they after hours. It's inconvenient for you, but you go and you see how they're treated. It was absolutely awful. I could sit and read off my phone. This night, this is what happened. A, B, C, D, and then next one. This night, this is what happened. I could read this stuff out, and at the end of it, y'all would want these people in jail. 100% you would want them in jail. I know for a fact. But this is not a shock stream. In that sense, it's an art shock stream, I guess, right? But it's an art stream, so I try to keep it light and try to veer away from, obviously, the political scene as much as possible, because why, right? There's no point. As much fun as it is to rant about some of that stuff, I'm going to piss somebody off. Don't want to do that. There's no point. But this, I don't think is going to piss anybody off in that sense. It's more of, I can tell you horror stories. I went through it, and that system it's really messed up here. And I wish more people knew about it so they wouldn't put their parents in the places like that. It's sad. It's very sad. I heard they pretend everything is great when family visits. Do you even wash? No, they don't wash them properly. I had to do that myself. And every time I brought him back home, he was filthy. Filthy. I feel so bad for him. Oh, guys, I was streaming at that time too. I don't know if y'all could tell a difference. This was a couple years ago. I think I aged, it was 5-6 months we had him in. We put him in 2 weeks before Christmas. When I put him in, I'll Be Home for Christmas, that song was playing in a very sad manner as I was moving him in, because they made me do it. It was like, it was so bad, I was laughing. I was like, this is like unreal. It was, you can't make this stuff up. It was the saddest thing. I think I aged more in those 5-6 months than I have in 5 years. It was the worst experience of my life. And my dad was, anyway, I don't want to, I'm going off. We'll get back to the pain. I don't doubt some people are horrible. And they just didn't have the staff. They didn't have, there was nothing about it that was good. Nothing about it that was good. Oof. Shit. It was rough, guys. It was something else. I don't wish that on anybody. I wish that on no man. No man. Anyway, I don't mean to go off on that. That is something that's like, and the people I saw in there, oof, it was so sad. A lot of them were saying, where's my daughter? Where's my daughter? Like, they know, and they're told. The problem is, it's like these institutions tell the families, oh, well, they don't know any better. That is bullshit. And at the same time, they'll admit they don't know what those elderly people are thinking. So how can you tell their family, oh, they don't know any better, then admit that you don't know what they're thinking? Like, that reasoning, they did that with us. And I was trying to tell everybody, I said, guys, this doesn't make sense what they're telling us. Think about what they're saying. But the desire to want to solve the problem trumps reason. People were desperate. It was so sad. It was so bad I was laughing. It's such a male thing to say. Yep, I can see that. Did you finish Charlene? No, I'm really stuck on that and kind of avoiding it with this. To answer your question. My mom went into a palliative care ward for last week's. They were amazingly good. I'm very grateful. Never had to put her into a LTC home though. Good. I'm glad. That's good to hear. Very good to hear. See, the thing is, memory care is worse than regular because those patients can't tell on the nurses who treat them like shit, right? So they're taken advantage of. Does that work? I don't know if I like that. Come back to that part though. Yeah, Shauna Mac just lost her mom recently to that stuff, but or not to. Your mom wasn't senile though, I don't think, right? It's just like she had poor health. She was just elderly, I think, right? I need to tone that down some. That's a little bit too much detail for that. Soften. Yeah, I don't want to overdo that. It's not a male thing, it's a psychological thing. I forgot the name of it though. Of course you know this. She's looked into this. She looks into everything. Shudering Mia does. When the situation is so bad, you have to cope with humor. It's why some people laugh at funerals, for instance. Stage 6 dementia. Well, Shudering Mia, this is different than that. This was different than that. It was literally just, I knew at the time. Okay, so like imagine me. I was not dealing with shock. I was not shocked. I was extremely sad. I don't deal with sadness by laughing or shock. I can't remember when I was shocked. I mean, it would happen if somebody got shot in front of me. I think I might feel shock, but I also, for the most part, whenever something violent has happened in front of me, to me, things kind of slow down a little bit, and I try to, like, I go into a state of calm. Like, I do that. But if it's, I don't know if it would be, I haven't gone through, like, anything extremely traumatic. So I don't know if, like, you don't know yourself unless you've been through that. So maybe that happens if, like I said, something extreme happens. But I've never been through that. I've, been very fortunate. This was different, though. This was like, you can't make this up. I'm like already sad. I have to, okay, it's right before Christmas. I'm the one person who does not want my dad in. My family makes me move him in to Arbor Acres. They say, you move him in, we don't have the time. Well, they wanted him. They want me to take the time out of my schedule to do it. So I go in. I go in with one of my friends. We bring the bed in and all this stuff, and I am sad. Like frankly, it looks like I'm about to cry. I don't think I did, but I felt like I wanted to because I was just like, I thought that was it. And the first time you have to go, and just hear me out. I'll catch up on Chad in a second. The first time you go, you have to take a photo ID so that your name's in the system, and every time you go, you check in, and that photo pops up of you. So I take that photo, and it's me looking like I'm just about to break down. That is the photo that I know I will have to look at for as long as I go in there and check in. So every time I check in, that's the photo I have to see, is me like this, before Christmas, 2 weeks. In addition, it was like God was trolling me. He was just like, you think that's bad? And I'll be home for Christmas. It was like, I'll be home for Christmas is playing. And it's the most dreary, and you're walking into this place, and it's like, it's awful in there. And it's just like, and you're thinking, this is where Dad's going to be. I'll be home for Christmas is like mocking me, thinking like, this is right before Christmas, I'm bringing him in. And I said to myself, you can't make this stuff up. This is like a Saturday Night Live skit. And that's why I was like, you got to laugh at this. This is so bad. So that's what I mean by that. It was horrible. Stage 6 dementia. Dude. So I was wrong. It's not a male thing. It's stage 6 dementia. Also cancer. Yeah, that's horrible. I think you were laughing out of irony. Yes, it was irony. That's what I was laughing out of. Did you know they were bad when you first checked them in? I did. I knew they were bad, and I tried to tell everybody, and nobody would listen. It totally sounds like a comedy skit. Exactly, Shudering Mia. It was. And here's the other thing. As I was driving in, they had this giant ornament outside. And every time, and they left it up for like, the Christmas season actually goes through like, I think January 6th or 7th. It goes on. I think it starts in the beginning of December and goes on. So it's like Christmas. A lot of people don't understand. They only celebrate like Christmas Day, but they'll prep beforehand. And then they'll have the tree down the next day. But traditionally, it's the Christmas season. So you continue on with Christmas like for about 2 or 3 weeks after Christmas, which I like. But they had ornaments out, so even afterwards, after several weeks after, oh shit, I gotta run. Several weeks after, we had these. I would look at the ornaments, and it was reminding me how Dad spent, like he was there. Like Christmas Day, I had to. Oh, Christmas Day was horrible. Christmas Day was. I remember I had to bring him back there. It was nighttime. I wanted him to stay, but we said no. We got to get him back to his place. And so I'm wrestling him out the door, and he doesn't want to leave. And he's saying, "No, I don't want to go," and this and that. And, it was horrible, but he's okay now. So I'm so grateful he's okay. So I got him back. So as much as I have to watch after him, I am so grateful he's not there. I'm telling you, it was the worst experience of my life. And I guess I'm lucky in that regard because there are a lot of people who have much worse experiences. So, but it was sad. Yeah. Did you know they were bad when you first checked them in? I did. It totally sounds like a comedy skit. That's awful, Sean. I'm so good at English. You are. Guys, I would keep on doing this, but I really do have to run right now. But maybe I pick this back up. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I kind of like this. This is a kind of cool painting. It could be better. Give me a second. Anyway, give me a second here. Get this. Hello? Yes, ma'am. Okay. Drawing sessions, yes. Yeah. Are you? Yes, definitely. For do you want to draw in the class or do you want to model for the class? The drawing? Well, we have the class tonight if you want to come. Yeah. We do. It's at 6 o'clock, and in fact, I gotta run in a second because I have to go home, take care of something really quick, and run back to my studio so I can actually open the doors for people at 6. But yeah, you're welcome to come. That is okay. Thursdays at 6 to 8. Yes. And what's your name again? Kara Hannon. And Alex, does she work at a restaurant? Oh, gotcha. Yes. Okay. Got it. Okay. I tell you what, can you do me a favor? Can you shoot me a text to remind me, since I'm always running around, shoot me a text at this number and give your name and everything. And if you like, I can put you on our text chain, which we don't spam or anything like that. There's like maybe 10 of us on there, but it's not, we don't spam text. I just say if we have a model or not. It's $20 for 2 hours, and I critique you if you want. But you can just draw if you want, but for 2 hours, it's $20. So he's welcome to come too. Yeah. Of course. He's excellent. He's more than welcome. You're welcome. All right, excellent. Yeah, shoot me a text with all this stuff and I'll put you on the list, okay? Okay. Take care. Bye. All right, guys, I got to run. Sorry. Let's see, this refill is nice. Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks, Grasshopper. All right, look, guys, I do have to go. Y'all are awesome. I will see you, okay?